human being. It's a very serious matter. And so you cannot, no government, no responsible government can deny that people were killed, or when you have not conducted an investigation. And for the Nigerian army, and I'm going to appeal to the authorities to learn how to manage crisis so that you don't fuel tension in the country. This is not the first time. This is not the first time. In 2015, under the Muhammadu Buhari administration, soldiers killed civilians in Zaria. And what were we told? A traffic offense. They said some people blocked the road. The chief of army staff wanted to pass, through that road. And for that reason, soldiers were asked to kill those who were on the highway. Again, these were Shiites. So people say, the nuisance is too much. Whatever. And 7 people were alleged to have been killed by the army. According to them, according to the authorities, the Shiites wanted to assassinate the chief of army staff, General Tuko, Baratai. But what happened at the end of the day? In a commission of inquiry instituted by the Kaduna state government, it emerged that 347 people, mostly women and children, were killed, mowed down. And at the end of the day, no autopsy, no postmortem exercise. Their bodies were buried in an unmarked grave. Up to now, nobody has identified, nobody has exhumed the body for proper forensic examination. Nobody has come out to let us know who the family members are or the parents. Nobody has consoled the family member. It does not happen anywhere in the world. That is the highest crime against humanity. So when the Lekki incident happened, I wasn't going to, as Cap just said, there has to be a thorough investigation. And we have begun. We are setting up our own independent panel, having regard to the deniers, oozing out of, the seats of power. We are going to get to the root of the matter. Not just Lekki. We are coming out with facts and figures with respect to the entire killings in the country. But with respect to Lekki, people were shot at. Some of those young men and women have died. The facts will come out. And at that time, and that was why we made the statement, when the international community was being accused of, hasty comments and conclusions. We said, no, we hope the federal government of Nigeria will not be embarrassed colossally at the end of the day, at the end of the investigations. But please, let us insist, and you don't need to go and set up a judicial commission of inquiry. How many dead bodies are in Lagos? If you know other killings in the prisons, in the correctional center, Ikoyi Correctional Center, in Kirikiri Correctional Center, and we must now begin to interrogate. We must begin to ask questions. Why do we keep people in prison for years without trial, and you do not expect them to want to jump out of prison? Why do we send a big man to prison in what they call prison exchange? He doesn't get there. You have some young men. You get big men and women. They don't get to the prison. You have young men to go and replace them. So please, let us take advantage of this unfortunate, this tragic situation to go back to the drawing table and reorganize our society. You cannot prevent riots, even in the most advanced country. In 2011, you have the Tottenham riot in the UK. There were riots, there was looting. And many cities in the UK. That night, London alone lost properties worth about £300 million. In the United States, over the protests over the brutal killing of a black man, George Floyd. There were riots in 140 cities in America. Billions of dollars were lost in terms of properties and assets. So you are going to have riots in countries where the rule of law is not allowed to be institutionalized. And that is what is going on. The ENDSARS campaign was totally unnecessary if the government are taking Nigerian people seriously.